Und was für eine Saison, 50 Jahre M, meine Güte, haben wir da ein Spektakel abgefeuert.
Allerdings, die Autos sind auch fast alle wieder da. 46.
CSL, wir müssen heute mit dem CSL drehen, Christoph.
Nein. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a fresh episode of Inside BMW Group Classic. My name is Christoph.
Hey, I'm Mark.
Mark and I saw the new BMW i7 a couple of days ago. It's full of innovation, so we wondered how thick a manual would be for that car if you printed it today. So we decided to look what the manual looked like at the first 7 Series BMW.
It's sort of thin, but nice.
And of course we didn't only bring the book, we also brought the car, and we're gonna take it for a little spin. This is the E23 745i from 1983. It's been built since 1977. This is the so-called LCI, the Lifecycle Impulse, otherwise known as a facelift version. So it's the newest of the oldest 7 Series.
Christoph, obviously this great car has a 3.2-liter engine, but, well, why is it called 745i?
So this one is a turbo engine. If you would compare the 254 horsepower out of a turbo engine, 252 horsepower from a turbo engine to a naturally aspirated engine, we would have to take the factor 1.4 in order to calculate how big the naturally aspirated engine, the Sauger, would have to be, and that's a 4.5 liter. Got it?
That's a great explanation. Thank you for that. That's magic. So here we have the engine and you see the massive turbo bridge. It was able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in just about 8 seconds. You were able to drive approximately 220 kilometers an hour with this car. And the fun fact is that this car was also produced for the South African market with the engine of the BMW M1. And by the way, it's the second serial production turbo engine of BMW after the BMW 2002. So.
Oh yeah, the 202 Turbo is going to turn 50 next year, by the way.
There are so many other good things to talk about regarding to this car. For example, that it was the successor of the famous BMW E3 series. And by the way, it was the last step of creating the new naming strategy of BMW. It was the 7. As you all know, it started in 1972 with the 5 Series. And Christoph, the color quite fits to my outfit today and to yours as well.
This is called Arctic Blue Metallic, and on the inside it's called Pacific, which is velour. Even though this is already in the early 80s, there's still a lot of chrome on it. That disappeared later in that decade. Also, it's still very shark-nosy. So it's not far away from the 6 Series that we all love so much. But of course, as this is a business vehicle, it had to be somewhat more conservative and less aggressive in the optics. If you saw it in your rear mirror, you would still have freed the left lane on the German Autobahn, trust me.
Alright guys, now we are driving this fabulous BMW 745i through the rain in Munich. We are just in front of the BMW headquarters, which had its 50th anniversary this year. Christoph, you are driving, so what are your impressions?
Since it's a BMW, it has a sportiness to it, but I must admit it's the ultimate cruiser, this one. So it has a lot of power. The steering is very direct, but also comfortable. It gives you the feeling that you're in control of everything. So do all these buttons. I'm always impressed, not only by the number, but the way they're arranged. Everything's in sight, everything's easily reachable. Very, very well done. This has stuff that really felt like you're in a spaceship back in 1977, like the onboard computer that was not new in this E23, but it has a lot of additional features that weren't there one generation earlier. It would even give you an estimated time of arrival. In 1977, this was groundbreaking.
Not to forget the check control system.
Yeah, this is sort of my level. You press one button and you get lights for everything that works. Motor oil okay, lights okay. Even the water container, you know, to lubricate your wipers, still full. Check.
What else is worth to be mentioned?
Oh yeah, safety features have been improved dramatically. I mean, we're not planning on demonstrating this, but should we hit anything, a lot of energy in an accident would be taken up by a newly designed crumble zone of the car. The car makes sure that the engine is not pushed into the interior. Also to be mentioned, the pillars A, B and C, plus the roof, they're all strengthened to a certain extent. So it's almost like having a roll cage in a race car. So should we flip the car over, we'd still be fine.
And race car is a good buzzword for me because in 1974, BMW's 3.0 CSL Racing Coupe developed the ABS system, which is fitted inside this car.
It's even a 4-channel ABS, and this was the first car ever to have this as series equipment. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a new episode of Inside BMW Group Classic, today with the E23.
But in the end, we have to figure out which color is the nicest color.
Navy blue or Arctic blue.